Now, before this video starts, I know, it's another Warframe video, but listen. This video was rendered on Windows. Yes, I got Kdenlive working on Windows. Thank God. Now, I can stop complaining about Linux. And I'm just going to, it's going to be a bit of an operation, but I'm going to take a lot of my stock photos and also my outro music made by Clean Slate, who I've linked in the description before when I actually used the outro. The outro's name is actually Welcome All You Maniacs. So, really cool that he did that for me. Thank you so much, man. But, anyway. Yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic now that I can edit, render, and upload all on Windows. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. So, hope you guys enjoy. So today, in Warframe, we are going to be looking at the resident living taser boy, Volt. Volt is one of those frames that, you know, on paper sounds really good, but then you try them and they're like, wait a minute, huh? Why is not anything working? How work? How do? Relax, I got you. So, this is Volt. We'll go over his abilities. It all changed and everything, so really cool. Alright, first off, his passive. When he runs around like a headless chicken, he gathers a charge. This charge stacks all the way up to 1,000 extra electrical damage. It's always electrical damage, and it's always 1,000. Now, this will occur on the next attack, be it a melee swipe, a bullet, a shotgun, pellet, whatever. Anyway, it's just an extra 1,000 damage. It's not a lot, to be honest, so his passive is kind of forgettable. Shock literally just shocks the opponent, as you can see right there, and it can chain up to 6 enemies. That's great. Speed makes him go extremely freaking fast. Now this one I'm actually going to show a little demo of. So this is my normal running speed, and also you see near my health and shield I'm building up a charge. This is my normal running speed, and then I press 2. I'm a lot faster. Now also, my melee speed gets faster. Yeah, my Zaw has insane range, by the way. Thank you, Primed Reach. And yes, I called it No Don't Daddy. I might actually do a video on it. And also, my reload speed gets faster. So this is my Ignis Rate's normal reload. And this is it with speed. Now, I don't have the max power strength. If you have a lot of power strength, you'll obviously be way faster. But that's not very conducive to my build. And now I also show his 1. So let's just simulate some douchebags. Alright. Now, this is not really a damage ability, but you see what happened there? Guess what happens if you electrocute something? It freaks out and just jitters everywhere, and it can't do anything to you. Zap. So, yeah, Electric Boy tases people. Who knew? Also, speed will apply to your teammates. So, if you boost a Nezha with this, oh god, the speed. The speed is real. I love how you can see his diorama now. Looks so cool. His third ability is arguably one of the most powerful abilities in the game when it comes to boosting damage, because yes, it does boost damage, and also for defense. Now, Electric Shield has a lot going for it, so it's this. Now this will stop every single projectile in existence from getting to you. I don't need to tell you why that's good, because Volt is squishy as hell. He's like, okay. He's squishy like Banshee. If you play Banshee, you know what I mean. Except Banshee can't really defend herself. Poor, Loud Girl. But anyway, enemies can't shoot you through this. Also, when you shoot through this, something interesting happens. Hit scan weapons, like my kick gun, will get electrical damage added to them. See? But, if I take a projectile-based weapon, like, I don't know, let's just... Yes, I have a flux rifle. This thing is not garbage. It's actually really good. It's called Try and Mod It. So let's take my Dread, which actually has heat on it. I have not formed my Dread enough. So heat plus electricity will cause radiation, and this is what it will do. If it actually procs. If it actually procs. You see, radiation. Also, what's happening is the Dread is getting a critical damage boost. This is kind of fucking insane, and as you can see, it just once it actually procs slash, their health just sort of disappears. Oh, beautiful red crits. No, I do not have a ribbon for this, as you saw. So, okay. And you can also have 6 shields. Guess what happens if you put 6 shields in a row? You guessed it. The best way I can describe and show this is with my Rubico, the sweatiest tryhard rifle I have. I only use it against Eidolons, and this is the build I use. Now, before you tell me how bad this build is, screw you. Status effects do not apply to Eidolons. Anyway, 8.4 crit mult. Okay, so Volt Shield boosts critical damage. How much does it boost? I don't know, honestly. I don't know the number, but it's obviously kind of insane. So let's spawn in some fresh dudes. Let's go down here. Now, this is what the Rubico would normally do to these high-level guys. So I can probably kill them with the shot. Yeah. So yeah, this is doing damage. But the problem is it's not, I don't have status behind this. It's just pure, like, it's basically pure impact. So yeah. Now let's see what happens when I spam down shields. Yeah, that. Do I need to explain more? Also, yes, there was shot combos, but you're going to be getting shot combos if you're using a sniper rifle. That's what you do. Also, imagine that boosted. Now, imagine, okay, here's a scenario. You're fighting Eidolons, right? You have, like, 2 chromas on your team, and they are giving, like, 1,000% extra damage due to Fury, which is part of their 3. And then they both have like Rubicos or Vectus Primes. Then you put 6 shields down. Guess what happens to the Eidolon? Yeah. Anyway, let's get this sweaty tryhard rifle out of my hands. Let me put on a more normal weapon. My Cortac, which is, I got to do a video on this thing because this thing's amazing. So his 4th ability is called Discharge. So static shock the frame just tases absolutely everything in existence. Now, this ability is a little weird and freaky of how it deals damage. What I mean by that is, well, first off, let me show you its effects. It's really straightforward. You just... Now, quite a few things are happening here. First off, you can see that they're shocking the shit out of each other, and they are hard crowd controlled. They can't do crap when the ability is happening. Also, yes, it does not do a lot of damage, but let me tell you something. Not all abilities have to be earth-shatteringly powerful to be extremely useful. That describes Volt in a nutshell. His 3rd ability is arguably the most powerful ability in the game when used right, but who cares? His 4th ability can crowd control the entire map if you put enough range on. Also, I forgot to mention something about his 3rd ability. I'll get back to that in a second. Just let me explain this. When there's only one enemy, they will be immune to self-damage for 4 seconds. I do not know why this happens, but it happens. Also, the more enemies caught into the Tesla chain, the more damage and more enemies are crowd controlled. Also, because of pure electric damage, Volt is extra special against robotics. Anyway, I forgot to mention something about his 3. Now you might be like, that's pretty neat that you can carry that around, but you can also do this. You can booby trap it. Also, you can pick it up. And now I have boosted critical damage wherever I go. I hate how they changed impact. Now it's really annoying. Now yes, you are slower like this, but you just press 2. And now you are a little bit faster than normal running speed. Now, here's my biggest issue with this shield. I cannot use it with primaries. But you can, in fact, use it with melee. And I think melee do, in fact, get... Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Do get the damage boost of crits through the shield. I'm not so sure on that. If anyone knows, tell me. But yeah. That's a thing. So you can mod Volt to be an... You look at this range. Oh. Bye. So you can mod Volt in a number of different ways. Now, okay. Here's my build. Now, before you tell me how bad this build is, and I should farm the fuck out of Volt and actually do a proper, quote-unquote, proper meta build, no. This is the build I've come to like. As you can see, it is not anything specialized. It's meant to do a little bit of everything. It has a lot of range for crowd control purposes. It has good efficiency, so I don't need to constantly spam health energy pads or energizing dash. It has a good amount of duration because you want duration with Volt, and it has good strength, so everything is powerful with Volt. It works extremely well. And yes, I have 2 Umbral mods here. You don't need these. I just have them because I basically wanted more strength. Now, I need to add a Forma here and then put on Corrosive Projection, but I'll do that later. I might. The problem with upgrading Warframes in this game is just annoying. Also, Arcanes, use whatever Arcane you want. I don't really have any good Arcanes. Except for maybe this, but what does it do? Ah. Okay, that's actually very good for Volt, because Volt doesn't really have a way to heal himself. Okay, I'll slap that on there. That's also good for, like, mag and stuff. Cool. So, weapons, anything you want, you could use with Volt. Just stay away from pure status weapons like the Tiger's Prime, which is actual MR fodder. But really, it doesn't matter. You can use whatever the hell you want. And Volt will boost its critical damage. But that being said, crit weapons with Volt are probably your best friends. And also, because you're doing a lot of crit damage, Hunter Munitions will pop in and make really powerful slash procs. So, same thing goes with melee weapons. You can use whatever you want. My Grand Prime is probably the most devastating. Actually, no, this is. I love this melee so much. It's so good. But I usually... I'll use this because it has insane range. Also, this is my build for it if you're curious. No Forma because this thing doesn't need it. This thing doesn't care. It doesn't. Yeah, it comes with 2 V polarities. Imagine that. It's fucking awesome. It's a bit expensive to make, but I mean, you cannot argue with these stats. Also, this thing slash procs. How? It doesn't have slash, but I don't have any mod that forces slash either. I don't understand. Is it with the filed Snapdragon? Is it just one of the moves that does that? I don't get it. If you know, explain. Yeah, any pistol you want. The new core is pretty fun. The static core is absurd. No one uses it for whatever reason, but it's probably one of the most devastating pistols in the game, quote unquote pistol. And yeah, you got your kick guns. So that's Volt. A resident taser. He is fantastic. He's not like this frame that's okay. No, he is probably one of the better starter frames. I think in tiers of just overall fun, power, and just basically that fun, power, and also being efficient, I would say, my honest opinion, now don't get salty at me, it goes like this, from the top to the bottom. From the top, it goes Mag, Volt, and then Excalibur. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. I think Excal is very lame. He's not very good. He's very meh. But let me know what you think of Volt and all that good shit. I know I don't have Volt Prime, but I don't really care, because I'm not doing Prime Warframe grind again unless it's for Nezha Prime, which I can't wait for. Also, certain Warframe abilities will be boosted through his shields. Also, Operator Amps will also be boosted through Volt Shield. That's another reason why people use him on Eidolons. Because if you have like a really powerful amp and you shoot it through 6-volt shields, yeah, that's some damage there. Now, Nezha's Flaming Ring of Doom will not turn radioactive, but Ember's Fireballs will, which is odd. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trilby, we trust.